With Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Cour 3 about to wrap up, our attention is now turning towards the final season of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime. Back when the anime was first announced, it was revealed that the 1000 Year Blood War arc will be adapted into 4 cours, each consisting of 13 episodes, totaling up to 52 anime episodes adapting the final arc of Bleach. In this video, I want to talk about how Cour 3 is going to be ending, and then I'll be covering absolutely everything that we know about Cour 4, because Kubo has subtly been dropping hints about the final season of Bleach ever since November of 2023. So do be sure to stick around until the very end of the video, as I'll be covering key details that Kubo has revealed as recently as last week, which is going to have you so excited for the final season of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime. So without further delay, here is my video covering absolutely everything that we know about Cour 4. We got really tired of the same old boring anime shirts, so we decided to launch Getsuga.com with the aim of creating designs inspired by our favorite anime and manga. We came up with designs that look cool and represent all of our favorite stories. Check out the latest Instinct collection, which features some amazing designs like this Frosted Heavens design inspired by Toshiro Hitsugaya, or this Instinct design inspired by Hollow Ichigo, and my personal favorite, which is the Heart design, which was inspired by Ukiura Shifa. Do not miss out, go to Getsuga.com and wear your favorite stories. Cour 3 of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime has exceeded all of our expectations. We received multiple anime exclusive editions, like all new anime exclusive fight sequences between Uryu and Ichigo and Uryu and Renji, where we got to see all new abilities of Uryu that we have never seen before, as his Vol standing was revealed for the very first time. Then we were treated to the all new abilities from Renji's true Bankai, which he had used against Uryu, and in addition to this, we also had a complete 10-minute anime exclusive flashback involving Ukitake's character. In order to discuss the final part of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime and all of the comments that Kubo has made about it, we need to see first how the anime has handled the manga content for the first 3 cours. Back in my predictions video that I had released for Cour 3, I'd stated that we're going to be adapting from chapter 609 all the way up to chapter 654 for Cour 3. I'd assume that we'll be adapting all the way up until the end of Shunsui's battle against Lil Barrow. As Cour 3 has progressed, we have seen that this does appear to be the case, but the major difference is that Hashward vs Bazby's fight has been pushed back within the anime. In the manga, Hashward vs Bazby happened first, then we had Mairi vs Pernita, and then lastly Shunsui vs Lil Barrow. However, the anime has changed around the order, as we had the first half of Mairi vs Pernita, then the first half of Shunsui vs Lil, then we have the second half of Mairi's fight followed by the second half of Shunsui's fight, and then Cour 3 is going to be wrapping up with a big finale centered around Hashward vs Bazby. While the order has been changed around, it still means that Cour 3 is going to adapt all the way up until the end of chapter 654. I do think that this gives them enough time to add a lot of new content to the end of Cour 3, like they could even adapt the short story featuring Izuru Kira called Beginning of the Revive of Tomorrow. Because after Lil Barrow is defeated, his remnants fall down upon the Serete, where Kira confronts the remains of Lil Barrow and defeats him. The first cour of the Bleach anime had adapted a total of 63 chapters, spanning from chapters 480 to 542 over the course of its 13 episodes. This had averaged at around 4.8 chapters worth of manga content per episode. The second cour of the Bleach anime surprisingly adapted 67.5 chapters worth of content into 13 episodes, which had covered material from chapter 543 to the midpoint of chapter 609. Cour 2 averaged at 5.2 chapters of manga content per episode. So with Cour 3 adapting from the second half of chapter 609 to chapter 654, it means that we've got 45.5 chapters worth of manga content adapted into the 13 episodes of Cour 3, which averages at 3.5 chapters per episode. This explains why there has been so much anime original content within Cour 3. We have had multiple episodes that had featured 10 minutes worth of original content, whether if this was an anime original fight sequence or a anime original flashback. So if Cour 3 does in fact end at the end end of chapter 654, this leaves us with 33 chapters for the final core of the Bleach anime. Comparing this to Core 1, which adapted 63 chapters, and Core 2, which adapted 67.5 chapters, we are going to be getting so much more anime original scenes in the final part of the anime. This is all material that wasn't included within the manga, so you can expect even more anime original battles, even more flashback sequences, and so much more content to flesh out what was within the pages of the manga. A lot of the issues that people had with the battles between Urahara and Askin, Gerard versus Byakuya, Kinpachi and Hitsugaya, as well as Hashward versus Uryu, Chad and Ganju not getting any screen time at all. Then you have the final battles between Ichigo and Yhwach feeling rushed, and not to mention the involvement of Tsukishima, Ginjo, as well as Ryuken and Isshin feeling so lackluster. From how the 1000 Year Blood War arc wraps up in the manga, there is clearly so much potential. The anime has a lot to work with. This now brings us to comments that Kubo has made on his official fan club KlubOutside, where he has briefly revealed some details about the final part of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime. We know that the first meeting for Core 4 had taken place on the 22nd of November 2023. This was a really brief post where Kubo had spoken about how the meeting had taken a lot of time, but it was fun nonetheless, and that they have a few more meetings left, but he feels positive about the progress that they have made. The next update on Core 4 comes from a post that Kubo made on the 10th of January 2024. Here he had mentioned that he had attended a second meeting with the anime staff for Core 4, as Kubo explains how they had talked about several new anime exclusive scenes that they will be incorporating into the fourth core, as he describes the meeting to have been very fun once again. He ends the post by saying that his back is really hurting now, so he's going to be taking the rest of the day off in order to rest. Comparing all of this information to what Kubo had said about Core 3, where he had stated that he has had more of an increased involvement with the storyboarding, it is safe to say that Core 4 of the 1000 Year Blood War arc will feature the most new original material out of all of the 4 parts of the anime. You just have to look at how much manga content we have left to work with after everything that has been adapted into Core 3. Core 4 needs to adapt the Shinigami battling against Gerard, Askin versus Urahara, Hashward versus Uryu, then you have the final confrontation between Yhwach and Ichigo, and all of this takes place over 33 chapters, which spans from chapter 655 to 686. So Kubo and the anime staff have the perfect opportunity to flesh out all of this material for the final part of the anime. We can predict how involved Kubo is going to be with Core 4 if we compare this to his involvement with Core 3. On the 16th of January 2024, Kubo had spoken about how he is checking the storyboards for Core 3, as he explains that he feels like he is more involved with the details of the character settings and storyboards this time around. During this update, he had gone on to speak about how there are many differences between transforming manga into video form, so the job of the storyboard and character setting is to fill in the gaps in order to match the expectation of the audience. This is why so much material in Core 3 has been rearranged, with the manga having a tendency to just focus on one fight until its completion, before moving on to the next one. The anime, on the other hand, has rearranged the fights so that it appears as though these multiple fights are taking place at the same time. Now, we did have a very recent update from Kubo from his official fan club on the 4th of December, where he had revealed all new information about Core 4. So on this update, he had revealed that he had just had another meeting about Core 4, explaining that during the meeting they had discussed each episode of Core 4 in detail. He also revealed that the anime staff were overjoyed and excited after he had shown them several new storyboards that he had drawn in preparation for this meeting. We know that Kubo had drawn several storyboards for Core 2, like he had storyboarded the entirety of Senjumaru's Bankai, so I do wonder just what on earth he has storyboarded for Core 4. My prediction is that he has storyboarded several anime exclusive fights. At the very least, he needs to have a fully storyboarded battle between Uryu and Hashward, because we've barely seen anything of this from the manga as it was entirely off-screened. In addition to this, Core 3 also has made several changes to the manga content, like before the Shinigami had gone to the royal palace, Ukitake had collapsed following the release of Mimihagi, but for some reason he is actually still releasing Mimihagi in Core 3. Also, because of the addition of the Uryu vs Renji anime exclusive fight, this means that Renji no longer has his confrontation with Gerard, so all of that is definitely going to be changed around too. There is so much to look forward to in the fourth and final core of the Bleach anime. We have Urahara's Bankai, Kinpachi's Bankai, Hitsugaya's adult form, Ichigo's true Bankai reveal, Ryuken and Isshin returning to the story, Ginjo and Tsukishima appearing, Yoruichi's God of Thunder form not to forget, and also the chance to see more of Gerard, Askin and Hashward. Some people have also speculated that because there is so little manga content left to adapt, they may be including details from Can't Feel Unworld into Core 4, but I don't believe that this is going to be the case. Instead, I think that they're going to be adapting all the way up until the epilogue of the Bleach manga, and then right at the end we may have some hints that are dropped about the Hell arc. Since Kubo is going to be free from working on the anime to work on the Hell arc of the Bleach manga, as well as season 2 of Burn the Witch, I've theorized that Burn the Witch and the Hell arc occur during the same timeline, and there's a high probability that both of the series are going to be interlinking during the Hell arc of the Bleach manga, so definitely do check out my other videos where I've discussed theories on this. Lastly, we've now reached the point of the video where I want to hand over the discussion to all of you. What do you guys think about all of this information that we have about the fourth and final core of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime? There is definitely so much to look forward to and to be excited about, with the Bleach Rebirth of Souls around the corner, with Core 3 wrapping up, and then the potential for a anime reboot or an anime movie to be announced for the 20th anime anniversary of Bleach. Bleach fans are going to be eating good for still quite a while. Do continue the discussion about Core 4 and your predictions for it in the comments, and if there is anything that I've forgotten to mention, then let me know. And lastly, thank you for making it to the end of this video, and I cannot wait to see you in my next Bleach video.
A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.